Hello, everyone. Welcome to the orientation on the new normal. My name is Attorney Alex Concha Terrero, and I'll be discussing about um, these topics. First, what to expect in the new normal compared to the old normal way of studying. Two, study habits, values, and attitudes that would help students satisfactorily complete and pass the course. Three, UNC's flexible learning modalities. We have FlexiKit and FlexiTech. Number four, presentation of a sample content of the Red Learning Kit and the LMS. Five, how to navigate the BB LMS. Six, clustering of subjects. We have cluster 1 and 2. 7, schedule of consultation hours with subject teachers. 8, creating group chats, giving of contact details to the teacher or professor. Number 9, schedule of synchronous sessions with subject teachers, how to use the Zoom, and finally, how to use the Google Suites. Okay, let's start. The COVID-19 pandemic has radically altered the conduct of instruction in all levels of the educational system, from primary to higher education. The change brought about by the pandemic has challenged the creative talents of the regulators in coming out with new and different methods of delivering instruction, considering that the traditional concept face-to-face classroom interaction is now seen as a threat to the communities because it may cause the further spread of the virus. Because of this, the regulators at the different levels of the educational system have come out with their methods for the delivery of instruction. The Department of Education, which is the responsibility for primary up to secondary education, has come out with what is referred to as blended learning. Blended learning is an approach to learning that combines face-to-face and online learning experiences. On the other hand, the Commission on Higher Education came out with its flexible learning method. Flexible learning involves the use of digital and non-digital technology and covers both face-to-face or in-person learning and out-of-classroom learning modes of delivery or a combination of modes of delivery. It ensures the continuity of inclusive and accessible education when the use of traditional modes of teaching is not feasible. The Legal Education Board oversees legal education. The proposed LEB method is referred to as the multiple learning systems, or by its acronym, Multi-Learn. And that's according to Commissioner Abelardo T. Tumondon. The multiple learning system is an integrated classroom setup that combines both remote and in-person learning designed for continuity of learning. All of these are anchored on the pertinent provisions of Republic Act number 7222 for the Higher Education Act of 1994 and Republic Act number 11469, otherwise known as the Bayanihan to Heal as One Act. Okay. Since the COVID-19 pandemic situation is very fluid, it actually brought so many new things in our lives. There are new guidelines being issued by the government as it appreciates new developments and data. UNC adapts and complies with these guidelines coming from regulatory bodies such as DepEd, SHED, and LEB or LEB. Hence, UNC came out with new learning solutions as we adapt to the new normal. Looking at the picture, you will notice that the sage on the stage represents the old normal, while the guide on the side represents the new normal. These two characterizations of teachers or professors have been around for many years. The notion of the sage on the stage is associated with what is sometimes called teacher-centered learning or education. In this view of learning, the teacher is the expert who owns all the knowledge and transmits it to the students. At the other end of the spectrum, the guide on the side takes a less central role and is more concerned to facilitate learning and to guide students in their learning and discovery. The teachers or professors will spend more time working with individuals and small groups to support and facilitate learning than they do on whole class teaching. Just as each and every new year ushers in a new beginning or a new baby, this academic year, gear yourselves up as we say goodbye to the sage on the stage method of teaching. We will now welcome our new baby, the BB, an educational technology. Educational technology creates, uses, and manages technological processes and educational resources to help improve user or student academic performance. Through BB, or Blackboard Learn, your professor will be more of a guide on the side to facilitate learning in the field of law. Later on, we will have a thorough discussion about BB Learning or BB Learn as a learning management system. Now, when we say flipped, it means that there's a complete change of direction or movement. Here, the regular pyramid, which represents traditional learning method in Bloom's taxonomy, changed direction or movement. It became an inverted pyramid, hence the term inverted classroom, otherwise known as the flipped classroom. In traditional learning, lower level of learning, such as remembering and understanding, is happening in class, while students are usually left to work on activities that involve higher level of learning outside of classroom. However, in the flipped classroom model, learning is flipped. As you can see from the pyramid, students can finish the lower level of cognitive work before class. And when they come to class, they can engage in higher cognitive levels of learning with peers and teacher present. In essence, flipping the classroom means that students gain first exposure to new material outside of class, usually via reading or lecture videos, and then use class time to do the harder work of assimilating that knowledge, perhaps through problem solving, discussion, or debates. The Socratic method, which is mainly used in most law schools, will be incorporated in the two main categories of tools used to deliver virtual education, namely synchronous and asynchronous. If the situation allows, or when the pandemic tapers, you can expect the Socratic method in a hybrid or blended online learning modality. As you've noticed, I've used the terms synchronous, asynchronous, and hybrid or blended online learning modality. Let us discuss these terms one by one. Okay. Hybrid or blended learning is an approach to education that combines online educational materials and opportunities for interaction online with traditional place-based classroom methods. So it's actually a combination of face-to-face training, in-person, or traditional classroom. It means the same, all mean the same, and it's face-to-face and then online. So that's hybrid or blended learning. Now for synchronous learning, it's online or distance education that happens in real time. So this is actually the generic definition. So you can have real-time sessions using online chat, video conferencing, live streaming, or instant messaging. For asynchronous learning, it occurs through online channels without real-time interaction. Now, with regard to the study habits, values, and attitude that would help students satisfactorily complete and pass the course, remember this definition of learning autonomy from Legal Education Board Memorandum Circular number 62, series of 2020. Learning autonomy is to be expected from all law students. It says here from the definition, learning autonomy refers to the expectation of an increased level of independence by the law students as graduate students to manage their academic goals on the basis of their capacities, resources, and pace with limited interventions from their instructors. Now, moving on, you can also take some inspirations from these tips that I pulled from different sources. First off, Carve out and clean out your study space. If you already have a desk in your bedroom, that's a great start. Declutter the space and make room for your books, computer, and any other study tools. Remove during your chosen study time anything unrelated to your test prep. Next, get dressed. Avoid the temptation to stay in your pajamas. Start your day by getting dressed in your normal school clothes. And number 3, communicate to others in your home that you will be studying. Set boundaries. It's crucial to let anyone else in your home know when you will be studying, whether it is set time each day or a block of hours on certain days. This will give you quiet time to focus and hopefully ensure that you are not disturbed. Number 4, establish a routine. This will help you mentally prepare to study. Number 5, take breaks. With no trek to class or commute to consider, take advantage of the downtime and allow yourself to step outside, exercise, or find other ways to relax and regain your focus. Number 6, turn off distractions, limit video game time, and limit social media. Turn off your phone, your microphone, your webcam, whatever it takes to help you stay focused while working. Too much social media wastes time and can be a source of stress or uncertainty. Number 7, keep up your social connections. Connect with other students in your course through virtual study groups and video chat with friends and family. Social isolation and being away from school or college or university can lead to loneliness. So make extra sure you hop online regularly to connect. Number 8, ask questions. Stumped by something? Don't be afraid to ask for help. This situation is new for all of us, and there will be plenty of questions that arise. In addition to guidance or resources your instructor might be able to provide, you'll also find more resources and contact information on this site. In your Blackboard Learn. Teachers are available online. It's okay to ask parents for help too, especially if your parents or family members are members of either the bench or the bar, meaning lawyers and judges. Maintain your physical health and sleep. That's for number 9. Not only will it be more important, as many of us self-isolate, to look after your physical health so that your immune system is strengthened. Exercise is also important for boosts your mood and keeping a consistent sleep schedule. With predictable times to wake up and go to bed is especially important in maintaining a positive mood and the ability to fulfill academic expectations. Number 10, manage mental health in coronavirus times. Know it's okay to feel anxious. During this challenging time, we can experience a range of strong emotions. Learn how to look after your mental health as strong emotions can affect your ability to concentrate and focus. Take things day by day and try to use some of the approaches outlined, some of the approaches available. Reach out to your instructors and classmates as needed. Remember, you're not alone. We're all in this together. Now, the question is, what is the method of UNC School of Law for the delivery of instruction in these troubled, unsettled times? The delivery plan of the UNC School of Law as a higher educational institution shall be based on a remote learning system, which will either be on FlexiTech or FlexiKit modality with no face-to-face classes until allowed by the government to do so. The Red Ways was our resilient education delivery, reflective of Bicolanos and UNCN's brave ways. The Red Ways, or simply Red 3.0, flexible learning solutions, has been crafted by the university academic team to ensure that the learning experience of every UNCN student is designed along with the same nurturing care that UNC is known for. In this type of modality chosen by UNC, instructional standards shall be maintained. UNC shall remain consistent with its twin commitments. The safety of our students, faculty, and personnel shall be the top priority while we remain committed to the continuity of learning following UNC's vision and guided by CHED, LEB, and DepEd guidelines. Now, Juris Doctor literally means professor of law. So once you graduate, you get to earn a Juris Doctor degree. But while you are still in the process of attaining that degree, each of you has to be a student of law first. And being law students, expect that you will be bombarded with voluminous jurisprudence to read and analyze. And this is just a perfect example of what jurisprudence is. This talks about academic freedom. In order to ensure your safety as students, the Legal Education Board has rolled out its Memorandum Circular number 62, series of 2020, which says, in the exercise of academic freedom, law schools should design and implement their own occupational health and safety standards within their institutions to protect the academic community from the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic. Here we have a definition of flexible learning. It is a learning solution which focuses on the design and delivery of programs, courses, and learning interventions that address learners' unique needs in terms of pace, place, process, and products of learning. It involves the use of digital and non-digital technology and covers both face-to-face or in-person learning and out-of-classroom learning modes of delivery or a combination of modes of delivery. It ensures the continuity of inclusive and accessible education when the use of traditional modes of teaching is not visible. Okay. Now, ideally, the faculty and students shall be teaching and learning under the no face-to-face scenario. These two solutions will not only allow students to be on track with their academic studies, but will also empower the students to study at their own pace. So these two solutions are the modular modality and the flexible tech-driven learning modality. These two solutions are also considered a nurturing approach that will save our students' parents' costs from transportation and board and lodging, and most importantly, prevent the exposure to the COVID-19 virus. Now let's talk about the modular modality. Modular modality is a flexible learning solution using a complete course package, which could be in printed format or contained in digital storage devices such as flash drives, or may be stored in tablet computers. The complete course package, also referred to as the Red Learning Kit, is offered by UNC to students with zero connectivity or those who do not have internet access and or other related resources at home. Just like the regular class calendar, the modular modality shall also have a scheduled period examination following the university academic calendar. If physical presence in the university will already be allowed, the students observing social distancing will take such exams at the university. However, if the midterm and final exams will fall in the period where face-to-face classes will still not be possible, faculty members will provide alternative assessment requirements to fulfill the learning outcome evidence for the subject. Progress of student learning will be measured through the quality of projects and assignments submitted. Such learning, exhibited and assignment outputs and projects shall be compliant with the outcome-based system. The modular modality will also require text usage or calls to engage the students remotely. Now for the flexible tech-driven modality, it is UNC's flexible learning solution that provides an option of technology-enhanced flexible educational services to students with stable internet access, mobile devices, and other related resources at home. The teaching learning engagement under this modality can be classified as asynchronous and synchronous. All degree programs of the graduate school will be offered purely online. Now, both modalities may be converted to blended learning once physical presence in the campus shall be allowed. Okay. Now, what is a RED Learning Kit? It is the complete set of modules or study guides for an entire course designed to facilitate students' attainment of the course learning outcomes. The learning kit consists of several units or chapters, with each unit or chapter of study consisting of one or more modules or study guides. Okay. So here are the essential elements of the RED Learning Kits. Under the course level, you have the course description, course overview, course outcomes, prerequisite knowledge and skills, course outline, list of resources needed by students, the course schedules, course requirements and grading system, and the learner support system. Now, under unit or module level, you have the unit or module introduction, contents or section lists, learning outcomes, discussion of key concepts, learning activities, learning resources, unit or module summary, and the assignments. Here's an example of a module or RED Learning Kit. Here's the one that I made. It's quite blurry in the left side. It shows the course description, the instructor, and it's being offered by the University of Nueva Caceres. Now inside, you will see here the course structure. Okay, it says here, this is an on-demand course, which means it is self-paced, and so on and so forth. So that is a typical example of a RED Learning Kit. This time, what is an LMS? LMS is an acronym for Learning Management System, a software that enables companies and educational institutions, such as UNC, to create and manage lessons, courses, quizzes, and other training materials. A learning management system also aids the organization deliver training materials and lessons to employees, students, or partners. Here are different examples of a learning management system. We have Instructure, Moodle, Drupal, Canvas, Bridge, Blackboard, and Classroom. So here we have Blackboard Learn. This is going to be the official LMS of the UNC. A bit of a background about Blackboard. This software actually consists of 7 platforms. So it's a bundled software, it's proprietary software, and a subscription-based software. So you won't. That means that you won't be able to avail of this software or the services of Blackboard unless there's a subscription fee paid out to the company first, to the one offering the Blackboard. So the 7 platforms are Learn, Transact, Engage, Connect, Mobile, Collaborate, and Analytics. We won't be tackling the other 6. We will only discuss in detail the Blackboard Learn. Now with Blackboard Learn as our learning management system, we can make use of this by connecting a deep understanding of education with the power of technology. Together, the UNC will be able to push the boundaries of learning. Now, technologies can be roughly divided into 2 categories. We have the institutionally supported or closed systems technologies, such as the Blackboard Learn and the open access technologies. An example of this, as a counterpart of Blackboard Learn, is the Google Classroom. Google Classroom is actually for free. Anyone can access that. whether a student or a professor. However, for the institutionally supported Blackboard Learn, you would be able to access it being a student of the UNC. So that's a consequence of you being a student of UNC. Otherwise, you won't be able to access Blackboard Learn. Okay. On the left side, you will be seeing, you're showing here the Blackboard Learn login. So you will be needing student login credentials for this one. Student login credentials, meaning the usernames and passwords, will be provided in order to access the Blackboard Learn. This login information should be kept private and must not be shared by one student to another student or by a professor, the professor's own login credentials to a student. So everything should be kept private, to each his own, his or her own. Now, you will see on the right side the benefits of using Blackboard as an institutional system. Okay. Now, as an assurance, Blackboard Learn is built to support student privacy, as schools and universities have had to rapidly move their teaching online to adapt to the COVID-19 global pandemic. The use of web conferencing solutions and learning management systems has increased dramatically in the last few weeks. This rush to get online quickly has exposed privacy and security issues in many of the mainstream commercially available learning management systems that are not specifically built for education. Okay. Now, once you're able to log it successfully to the Blackboard Learn LMS, you'll automatically be routed over to the activity stream, which is pretty much the homepage of the Blackboard Learn. Now, if you look at the left side, you will show the core features of this learning management system. The core features are the profiles section, the activity stream, courses, grades, and the global pages for organizations, calendar, and messages. Not only that, according to Phil Hill's most recent report, Blackboard remains the most popular LMS. Here, once you click your the link where you see your name, it is actually the profile section. Profile is the place to edit information about your persona as a student. Now, in the activity stream, it displays up-to-the-minute action for all of your courses. Activity stream items are grouped into 4 categories to make the list easier to scan. So it's divided according to important, upcoming, today, and recent. You have the option to filter it so that you'd be able to focus on the information you want. You also have the stream settings icon. It would open the notification settings panel, and you can choose which activities to appear on your stream page. In the Ultra experience, the up-to-the-minute activity stream lets you jump directly into course actions. No digging through the system, searching for deadlines, or missing assignments. Now, what is Ultra? Ultra describes the transformation of the look, feel, and navigation within Blackboard Learn. So, welcome to the Ultra experience, a learner-centered environment designed to improve user efficiency and satisfaction in a modern, comfortable, simple, and responsive interface. Next, when you click courses in Ultra Course View, everything is organized so that all the course material, interactions, and tools are right at your fingertips. You can view your course, check the course calendar, drop in on the class discussions, access the course gradebook, and even send a message. Your instructors can add different types of content to your courses, such as files, texts, assignments, images, multimedia, and links. Okay. Now, once you click organizations, the organizations behave like courses and contain tools that enable members to communicate efficiently. You can post information, have discussions, and share documents. Organizations can help broaden the scope of an institution's reach across subjects, time periods, and more. Groups that might use organizations include academic departments, study groups, and extracurricular activities. Now you can use the Blackboard calendar to set your schedule and stay on track, and only instructors can create course calendar events. Here, the instructor and the students can send messages to each other, multiple people, or an entire class. Messages activity remains inside the system, and you don't have to worry about email addresses that may be incorrect or outdated. An instructor can quickly send messages to all students about important deadlines and schedule changes. In Blackboard Learn with the Ultra experience, your messages all have one home, just like a normal inbox, but better. Okay, next, you can see grades for all of your courses or one course at a time. Now, going back to courses, once you click it, you'll be prompted directly to the course content page, which is the default. Here, you will show 5 icons in the upper right corner. If you hover over each and every icon, the specific name of the icon appears. So if you hover over the middle icon, that will tell you it's the icon for discussions. Discussions may either be graded or ungraded, depending upon the preference of an instructor. The other icons are your other options in accessing the calendar, the gradebook, and the messages. Notifications and announcements are also part of the salient features of BB Learn. Okay. Now, the URL links, the helpful links, in order for you to understand the Blackboard Learn as a learning management system, the links are posted in advance in the Facebook page of the UNC Law School Board. So if you're not yet a member, you may please click the link for you to become a member, and then you'd be able to see all the posts in that particular Facebook page. Now, with the use of the University LMS, online classes may be delivered asynchronously, wherein the students and instructor work on course activities at different times from their homes. Discussions, however, may be conducted with the instructor and peers or classmates when convenient via the platform's discussion boards or through email and private messages. Asynchronous courses allow students the flexibility of listening to lectures, viewing videos, and doing classwork when it fits the schedules. The students will be on self-directed learning mode as guided by the very detailed course guide uploaded on the platform. The course guide will have all the communication channels of the faculty, like the cell phone number, email, and others, which the student can contact if there are concerns. Okay, with regard to clustering of subjects or clustering of subject offerings, it's among the modalities stated in RED 3.0 Flexible Learning Solutions. Subjects in the semester may be divided into 2 cluster offerings, such that at any given time, the student will only be studying half of the number of subjects he or she is enrolled in the semester. For example, if a student is enrolled in 8 subjects, he or she will only study 4 subjects in the first half of the semester, and the next 4 subjects will be learned in the second half of the semester. Okay, now going back to the table of contents. With regard to numbers 7 and 8, it can be done through the Blackboard Learn, while number 9 shall be made through the Zoom app. Links will be sent either through your email address or through notifications or messaging features of the BB Learn for you to be invited to the video conferencing app or the Zoom app. Okay. Next, how to use the Zoom. What I'm going to do with this one is that I'll be posting the YouTube link as well so that you'd be able to access it in the UNC Law School School Board Facebook page. Okay. Next, how to use the Google Suites. For this one, the same thing. I'll be posting a link in the UNC Law School Board Facebook page. Okay. Now, our role as educators is crucial now more than ever. Therefore, we need to provide you with all the information that would help you to be confident that you will be guided along the way as your journey in life as a students. Okay, you see it here. As professors, the burden of educating our country's youth rests on your shoulders or our shoulders as instructors. It is very heavy. You cannot fail in this endeavor because if you do, our country will have an educational crisis, and that will be worse than an economic crisis because it will affect our next generation of learners for years to come. Okay, however, despite all the challenges, you can see it here, challenge or challenges accepted. So you can see here your professors, they're dauntless. We will make sure to be able to apply the technology-enabled pedagogy. Professors and students should strive for technology-enabled pedagogy, not pedagogy-enabled technology. This is often represented with the mantra pedagogy before technology. The use of technology should always start with pedagogical lessons and problems to solve. Pedagogy should always drive technology, not the other way around. Okay, just to share this quote from Dean or Father Anilo Calangan Aquino from the University of San Beda. The technology should only be secondary. Okay. So that's it. As a conclusion, may I borrow the words of our beloved university president? Our flexible learning solutions are solutions that may not be perfect, but they are good solutions that can be perfected as we put them into practice. As management guru Jim Collins has said, making the leap from good to great starts with getting the right people on the bus. Let us get into the bus then, and together let us begin the journey. Thank you and have a great day.